Hey everyone, Nuno here, welcome back to Aisha Town episode 36, and unfortunately this is going to be the last episode, and if you haven't noticed yet, which by the way you probably didn't because we are starting the video, I've done a lot of stuff off camera, and this is kind of like the overall view of the city, how it looks like at the moment, and I'm going to go really deep into it. I'm going to show you guys how it looks, the city. We haven't reached all the milestones, but we already built, and I can show you here. This is part of the downtown. It's not completed. It was a work in progress. Probably later on, maybe on a future video, I may show the final city, but the building up process of how I was building Aisha Town is pretty much over. So last episode was the last one where I was building on real time. Now this one I did a lot of things off camera, and I'm gonna show you guys all of what I did, starting with the campus, the downtown, even Briar. It grew up a little bit. There's a new residential area, new kind of like district or town in here. The industries, we now have a harbor to export all the stuff. We also have like a ferry to connect the downtown through this other area, although we also have a subway system going around these areas, goes up to here to this new place. We also have an oil industry that I was starting right now in here. Forest industry, well, a lot of stuff to show up. So yeah, let me start showing you what really matters. All right, and let's start with college. I remember we were losing a lot of students in college. Now we finally have a 5-star college. For some reason we are now losing a little bit of attractiveness, which is not that good. Probably something may have happened in here. We may have lost something. Not entirely sure what it was. Probably, no, we've been winning games. And I think regarding policies, yeah, everything seems fine. We just lost a little bit of attractiveness, but that's something I can fix later on. So probably placing a new building or something like that, and the attractiveness goes up. We have a lot of student capacity. We're making a lot of good money in here, so that is good. Regarding sports, we're also making a good amount of money, having in mind the weekly outcome of it, or expenses. So it's not bad. Campus is level 5. Eventually, if it goes level 4, I'll bring it back to level 5. No problem at all. Looking at Briar Manor, of course, is a more touristic area. It seems like everything is fine at the moment. I've also started to add a little bit more high-density buildings here to northeast Briar, so it has a lot more people. So in here we have like these higher density buildings. They're not really that tall, but that's fine in my opinion, so it shouldn't be much of an issue. Yeah, we have a 5-star amusement park, 5-star natural reserve park. We also have a 5-star city park. Also built another park in here, which is this one. Crest Hill is a 4-star. I could level it up to 5-star, but I just don't want to. I really like the way it looks like. I like the way it feels here in the city. In this area, and yeah, it just looks really cool in this area. Also, Cherry grew up a little bit, so there's a few more residential homes around here, so people started to build on this area. There's also a park maintenance building that is around here, so it kind of has easy access to all these parks, kind of. And yeah, North Park has tram lines divided. Now previously, we only had one tram line. You know, it would go from Grove through Old Town, northeast, Aisha, northeast kind of, or around this area. Then it would cross along the bridge, go through the roundabouts, and go all the way here to Manor State College. Now we have 2 tram lines instead. We have the orange line that goes from Grove to Old Town. Now it kind of grows up, or it goes up here to Aisha Northwest, I'm sorry, and goes under this bridge. So we did a little bit of a small bridge in here on the highway, so it goes under the bridge and it stops around here on North Park. And in fact, this is the orange line stop where you stop to deliver some of your passengers, and then it goes around to this roundabout and goes back to the same loop. Now, the other part of the loop is now going with the orange line, which basically I could say that it starts in here and it goes all the way through these industrial parks. So it's Uncle Joe's farm and goes through Cherry. It stops here. It goes through Briar in different locations of here in Briar, and also stops on the other locations. Like I was saying, it stops near Fairyland and Manor State College. So yeah, it kind of has a bigger, so I divided the line and it became a bit bigger of a range, kind of, hopefully. That was the goal. And of course, by doing that, I was able to fix the roundabout, so no trams are going on through the roundabout. So yeah, the roundabout is now a little bit better to drive for the cars, and yeah, that kind of fixes it. Now, when it came to Valley Industries now has two different kind of factories. We have the industrial steel plant, which is producing a lot of steel, which is good, and also the lemonade factory, which is producing what it says, lemonade. Of course, that the amount of production for both of them comes from the ore mining that we now have in here. It's a 5-star Adano mining company, so you have like a lot of resources going out in here. So they're kind of like in the valley, they're extracting it, and over here above the valley, they're kind of processing it. The good part of it is it's very nearby to this new harbor, which is kind of like going into and exporting most of our goods. Right now, we've just leveled up our oil industry to level 2, which is good. Something that eventually I will look into that. Well, we may look into it right now, just to showcase. So this is mill oil well. So this is the oil industry, like I was saying. This is very good. There's a lot of resources in here. We are going to be producing a lot of oil in this area. We're going to be processing it around here in these other areas. So hopefully this is where most of the money is going to be made on. I know that the oil industry is one of the most profitable. And yeah, we're already making profit of 3,000 in here, and it's just from the oil. And we're just producing petroleum and we are exporting it. We're not even storing it, which is stupid, to be honest. So let me just build let me build a big one, a large warehouse. No, this is too big also. Let me build a warehouse for petroleum. Yeah, it's probably going to erase that. Maybe not, because we have but it's, should it be fine like that? Yeah, it should be fine like that. It's not the most pretty thing, but yeah. So let's store petroleum in here in this warehouse, and so that we can eventually sell it later on and use it somewhere else, probably on other industries. Looking here into Woodland King forest industry, we're producing, it's a 5-star forest. We're producing a lot of wood in here. We're also producing timber and paper that is being used in this other factory, the furniture factory. So timber and paper are being used. Oh, let's increase the production to 150 and increase the outcome, hopefully, of the profits from here. By the way, let me just see if everything in here is 150. Yes, it is. So we're now producing a little bit more furniture, which is great. Aisha Northwest is still on the same size, didn't grow it up much, although I may have a little bit of an area to grow up, so I may look into it. Instead, I've built Crest Hills district, which is kind of like, it was built as a town, a feeder town to these two industries. So for Woodland and Adano Mining Company. So it's near to these two areas. You have like connections to both of them, and it would kind of feed these even the valley industries. It would be feeding all these area with workers and people living in there. As you can see, there's like a little bit of high density buildings in here, but most of these, in fact, this is kind of like a bit more organic, not as a grid like, and with a few houses in here. And yeah, I think it looks good. It's not a bad town or place to live. Eventually, we are going to expand it a little bit because it also will be feeding, and I'm sure it's feeding also meal oil well industry. So this is also the goal in here, and we do have demand for that. Old Town is still the same thing, just a few new blocks of high-density buildings around here of old European look. Although once in a while you get one of these buildings around here. I guess that's kind of where it looks like, or where it's gonna stay. And then we moved into the downtown, and the downtown, there's like a few Rico buildings. Among them you have this one, which seems like we do not have enough workers, although we do have demand for commercial. It seems like we do not have enough workers to be working in here. I guess we need more well-educated, and I think we have very high levels of highly educated citizens in this area. So yeah, I mean, we've placed like a few buildings from monument buildings in here. Also a few other Rico buildings. Among these two in here, there are basically commercial buildings. And then we have two residential Rico buildings, the Tree Mage and the Ocean Heights. Ocean Heights is a beast, so basically you have like a lot of people living in this skyscraper, which is fine. It was complicated early on because there was like a huge traffic around here, so there was a lot of problems. We also have this other area here on the downtown where we have the stadium, the football stadium, where football games are played, basically, and none is playing right now. You also have this large park and a lot of residential areas with some parks and playgrounds. There's schools, there's an hospital around here. There's one in here. You have, where is it? Let me look into it. You also have... Let me close this. You have the fire station. You have a police headquarters. So big buildings in here. A lot of infrastructure. You have like a library in here. Yeah, public library. You have a high school. You have elementary school. And yeah, there... Oh, and it seems like we have issues with electricity. Yep. Let's increase the budget for a little bit more. Let's say I want to increase it to... I mean, we can go 100%. It's fine. We're making so much money that 100% would be fine. No problem at all. Okay, so this is kind of like the current look of the downtown. We do have these arborish ferry pier, kind of. There's not much movement going on. There's like a few people. I mean, if you see, we have like 209 people that passengers that used the service last week, so that's not too bad. Yeah, in here we have like the depot where ferries are being built, although we only have 5, and I think 5 is overkilling this area because some of these are not going with anyone at all. But yeah, that's kind of what it is. We also have these other disasters response unit. This area in here I'm going to eventually build with a few more of these kind of buildings around here. Maybe a graveyard, crematorium, stuff like that. We do have a crematorium around here somewhere. Oh yeah, here it is. Which is not too bad, but yeah, we may do a bit more. In here is an empty area. It's nothing I can build in here, or at least that I think of. Maybe I'll be using Rico buildings or placing Rico buildings in here later on that can have a bit bigger area. And by the way, these are residential buildings. They're 5-star or the maximum level. So people living in here, they have access to pretty much what they want or what they need, and that's really, really good. All right, another way that I did, or another thing I did to make money or to increase the amount of money is tool booths. So pretty much every highway entrance and exit to our region or to our map has tool booths. So I'm not charging it too much. I mean, cars are like $1 and trucks or large vehicles are $2, which is kind of okay, I guess. There's good traffic around here. The only highway entrance to the region that is not getting a charge is this one in here. So this area in here, which is kind of very ugly, to be honest, it's a very ugly location. But yeah, it's the only one I'm not charging because I don't have enough room to do it. I didn't buy any plot of land to do that either. So yeah, it kind of sucks to be honest. But everywhere else, so we have one in here. We also have one in here. I bought this plot of land just for placing this here. We have another one here, and we have another one here. So basically all the highway entrances to the region are being charged. So you have to pay to get in. And there's only one that you don't have to pay, which is fine for now, I guess, because it's not where you have that much traffic. I mean, you have a little bit of traffic. Downtown has access to that. So you will have eventually a lot of traffic around here, or maybe more or less than that. But yeah, kind of like where we are at the moment. Looking at subways, yes, I had to do a few changes on the subway. So original subway was from Groove. It would stop here in East Briar, right next to this cinema theater. What I did was, no, I just removed it, placed it a little bit here, a bit more central to this area, and it kind of, instead of going to Briar Manor and then College, it goes the other way around. So it goes from East Briar, College Manor, and Briar Manor. That kind of fixed some of the issues I had. Oh, that's probably why we were having issues with our attractiveness. Yeah, that was it. Thank God I saw that in time. There was a fire probably in here. So basically, this is fine. There's like a lot of people going in and out, and access to College is really good using this process. I haven't seen much of an issue. I could be placing more trees and making this a little bit prettier, but yeah, it's kind of like what we have at the moment, and it's fine. Now, looking at the subway system, which we still should look into, there's another line that goes from Groove. So Groove is now connected also, but it goes on the other platform side. So basically, from Groove in here, you have the blue line. You have the green line that goes to Briar Manor. So it's Groove to Briar Manor, and I mean, I should probably stop somewhere in Little Arbor. I think it would make sense now that we have this ferry depot in here. But Little Arbor is not a high density location, so I'm not entirely sure if this would be a good idea. But, well, it's something to think about. Either way, Groove also has the blue line and the red line, by the way. There's a secondary station here in Groove, but we'll look into it. The blue line from Groove stops here in the Old Town, kind of, although this station is called Rosewoods Park. Stops here and stops in North Park. So North Park also has a subway, which is good. So it should give more usage of this hub. This is kind of like a hub, in my opinion. So that's fine. And it goes all the way to Crest Hills. Now, I could go one step further and have like a subway going to Mills Oil Well, but no, I'm not doing that yet. I don't think it would be of value. Although the blue line is a short one, and I could do like change a few things in here. So maybe placing it on Aisha Northwest, maybe a stop and then another stop here on Old Town, but on this area that we have never built anything. So it could also have access near to the tram, and people could use the tram and go through their inside route. That could be something to look forward. Now we also have the red line, which also goes from Groove, and it goes to it's a big lane or line, to be honest, but it goes to Downtown and Stadium. So basically you have 3 stops: Stadium, Downtown, and Groove. And this one is quite a line, to be honest. I think, yeah, it's the one that has more passengers. You can see, and I may be wrong, but we have 400. I mean, the metros, they will never go completely full. We have 3 of them. They're not gonna go completely full, but almost full. So this stop in here, which is Groove is crazy. There's like, if you look into here, Groove, there's like a lot of movement, traffic around here for the tram, for the 2 subway stations, for the 3 subway lanes basically on these 2 stations, and it's kind of crazy, but yeah, it is what it is. All right, so what is left? We are basically, what needs to happen before we finish, or I say this is completely done, is of course unlock all the milestones that are left. The next milestone is Metropolis, which basically will unlock the airport. And as soon as I unlock the airport, I think tourism and our exportations are going to go off the roof. We're going to have a lot more here with the cargo airport and the airport. And then when we go to Megalopolis, then we unlock we unlock monuments, we unlock the international airport, cargo airport hub, metropolitan airport. This is cool. So we unlock all of that, plus all the squares, so the 81 tiles that we have in here. So that's kind of like my main goal when I started Aisha Town was, okay, let's reach that milestone, unlock everything, and kind of like build everything, all the colleges we have, all the parks we have, all the industries we have. I mean, industries I've already built, the oil industries. Parks, there's only the zoo park is left, which I would like to build in this island. There's so much stuff going on that I would love to do, but unfortunately I'm not going to move forward. At least I'm not going to be recording it. Still, I will be doing a few other things regarding Aisha Town. So I would love to do a first view or first point of view, and something a little bit like, okay, let's go here to the downtown shuttle line, which basically I would go like, okay, you guys are in the first person point of view, you can see the city from the bus or from the tram, and yeah, you have an overall idea. I mean, okay, this is kind of like the downtown area. There's not much going on, it's not pretty over here, but then there you go, you have these huge downtown buildings, so crazy, like right now in here, and you can see that's kind of where something that is missing. Of course, I need to optimize the computer. My computer is not new. It has like, it's 6 years old, so it's already getting its tool on the performance wise. But yeah, that's something we can look into, the different bus lines we have. Also the different I would like to do the subway, but unfortunately the only area from the subway that we can go, it's this one in here, right? So when it goes on this bridge, and yeah, it's just from the bridge in here, and as soon as you go down through the underground, it becomes a little bit strange. So I'm not even going to show that. And of course we have the tram line. We also could do eventually some kind of like looking into a car, so kind of like driving through the roads and see how the city looks like on the highways and different locations from it. But yeah, but I would have to optimize the entire computer or system so it would work the way I want it. Okay, guys, that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. I know that this last episode is kind of strange. My hopes were that it wouldn't be as strange as it is. But yeah, that's kind of where we are at. Unfortunately, this series, the last few episodes uploaded, they didn't perform as well, and that was kind of like a red flag. And as soon as I saw the red flag, I knew this series was dying, so I had to wrap it up as soon as possible, and that's what I did. Kind of, I still enjoy playing the game. I've enjoyed a lot building this, and I would still love to do a little bit more. As you can see here on the downtown, you have different districts in here that I would, and I still think I can build eventually. Maybe when I reach a point where I've unlocked all the tiles and I have all the parks, all the colleges and universities, because I only build one. I only build the trade one, and I may do a normal college. I'm not sure if I'm going to build all the three. I think there are 3 types of college. So we have the trade, we have the liberal arts, and we have the university campus. So I've built only the trade one. Still have these other 2 that I would love to build somewhere around here. Maybe Belmont district could be a good college area. I don't know, maybe. And yeah, that's something we can look into or look upon it. And maybe, I don't know, maybe when everything is unlocked, when everything is built, I'll be able to showcase it again and yeah, kind of look into how it looks now, the Aisha Town. Okay guys, so I hope you guys enjoy this. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I hope to see you guys on my next video. Cheers.